the squad did something that I was surprised about. And Matt Gaetz is an ultra right winger. You know, he's a Trumper and a Trumpist and all of that. And they've said so many terrible things. Like he's a white supremacist. He's a sexist. He's a xenophobe, a homophobe, but every single name you want to come up with in the book. Also, he's a sex trafficker, and the Justice Department decided not to go after him. But that's okay. Well, whatever. We just let people in power get away with it. If I did it, I'd be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, and rightly so. But apparently, Matt Gaetz can get away with it. And we reported on that. So, that guy and I disagree on absolutely everything. I hate Matt Gaetz with a passion. However, what I do have to say is I agree with him on certain things, like ending wars and not being in any. So Matt Gaetz introduced a resolution, a legislation in Congress to end the war in Syria. What's so funny is that the Congressional Progressive Caucus, the CPC, the squad, Ilhan Omar, and Rashida Talib, and AOC, and Ayanna Pressley, and all those goons, decided they would join Matt Gaetz. They would join Matt Gaetz, and they would end the Syrian war. That's what they were trying to do. And so I thought you couldn't work with someone like Matt Gaetz. I thought working with Matt Gaetz was a sin. I thought if you were on the left and you agreed with Matt Gaetz, oh my God, you're a white supremacist. I'm just repeating what they said. They said you're a white supremacist if you work with Matt Gaetz. You're gonna work with Matt Gaetz. Wow, you're a white supremacist. You're a Trumper. You're a right winger. You're a racist. You're a Russian agent. You're a Nazi. You're a neo-Nazi. You're a xenophobe, a homophobe, a Islamophobe. You're everything. You're everything. You're just a really bad person. That's what I was told. And they said, oh, well, we've been leading on this front, the progressives. No, you haven't. You've been funding wars left and right. You funded the Capitol Police so they could spy on us. You funded the Ukraine war, $100 billion. You funded Israel's Iron Dome program. AOC voting present. Why couldn't you vote no, bitch? So and the Iron Dome is basically Israel's defense system. We're funding a country that gives its people universal health care and that has a surplus in their country. We're funding them. And who are they defending? Nobody. They're bombing the Palestinians. Hamas's missiles and rockets don't even reach Israel. It's so funny. And yet they funded all of that. They are war pigs to the fullest extent. There's no war that they don't love. There's no war they don't like. There's no war that they wouldn't vote for. They wouldn't fight in those wars, but they'll vote for your men and women, your brothers and sisters, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your own kids to go to war. That's what they'll do. They won't fight those wars. Oh, no, God, no. But everyone else, yeah, all of us. Amazing. So they wanted to end the war in Syria. I'm for that. Now, Trump admitted why we're in there. He said, we gotta protect the oil. We're leaving the troops behind to protect the oil. We have the oil. It's ours. So we're occupying a third of Syria to protect the oil, to get its oil. That's why we're doing it. And by the way, we're not trying to defeat ISIS. ISIS is doing what we want in Syria, and we're funding ISIS. Can you believe it? We are funding ISIS. So Matt Gaetz wanted to stop that. And the progressives joined him. Amazing. And you know what's so funny? I'll tell you what's so funny. Aside from them being hypocrites, it failed. The resolution failed 321 to 301. So 101 or 105 or 101 Democrats or 105 Democrats wanted to end the Syrian war. They wanted to get out of Syria. But 301 House members said no, including Democrats and Republicans. Amazing, right? Amazing what money can do when Halliburton and Boeing and Raytheon and all those guys, Honeywell, when all of them give you a bunch of money to funnel to your political parties, and all of a sudden everyone's got money in their pockets from those corporations and the arms industry, right? So that's why it didn't end. But you know what else I find funny real quick before I end this is we on this channel advocated for force to vote so we could put Medicare for all on the floor for a vote, even if it failed. At least we know who's for Medicare for all. And they said no, because we're going to set a Medicare for all back decades. So I guess they just set back the Syrian war decades. I guess that's what they did. It's so funny. They wouldn't do forced to vote because it wouldn't pass and it would ruin the movement and it would. But they voted for this, even though it failed. And I have a theory why, and I know a lot of people do. It's because Nancy Pelosi or now Steny Hoyer told them they were able to do so. It's okay. It's going to fail. Go ahead. If this were to actually pass, there's ain't no way this would actually go through. Ain't no way that the squad would be allowed to vote because they don't have balls. They're not there to protect you. They're not there to work for you. They don't care about you. They are there to protect their own pockets and their own futures on MSNBC and on cushy boards in corporations like that. So that's the biggest thing. Nancy Pelosi and Steny Hoyer allowed them to do this. If this was going to pass, ain't no way they would have allowed them to do it. No way.